enthusiasm that got me on campus the very next day, and that was also the day that I became a Bruin. So join me in welcoming the most impactful person in my life, Coach Enquist.
Thank you. Can I go ahead first? Can I get everybody to just stand up so we can move the blood around? Shake it out. From the hips down, just shake it out for me. Because I know, I watched you just sit there the whole time. All right. Go ahead. Take the load off. Here we go. Jen, as your former coach, I just want to say how proud I am of you and how you've created this little empire around, we think at the surface it's around catching, but it really is around excellence. I congratulate you. I want to thank Jen's mom and dad because you have been anchors in her life. I want to congratulate the Schroeder family, her sisters, all extremely successful. I really want to share with you not so much my story. I am an ordinary girl that was surrounded by extraordinary people. I tried to pay attention along the way and tried to just get a little bit better each and every day. I'm here not to really talk about our success. I'm extremely proud of it. I want to share with you, pull one thing behind the curtain and put it up front. Because one thing I'm really familiar with is being around people that have reached their personal best. And then they happen to win a championship. So I'm here to talk about those few things that you already have inside of you. I'm going to share with you some of the things, those habits that you already have inside of you. But before we do that, all of us didn't get here alone. So if we could just right now just do a big shout out, a big thank you to Mom and Dad. Thank you, Mom and Dad!
Thank you, Mom and Dad!
I love you!
I love you!
No, I really love you.
No, I really love you.
If you can wake up every single day when your cold toes hit the floor and just commit to yourself, I just got to get better than yesterday's best self. You can do that. When you look at these champions behind me and you look at your friends right now, do you know what I notice on the outside? All different colors, all different sizes. We got little bones, we got big bones. We've got people that got a little something, something, got a little something, something. You want to know what's so great about the sport of softball? And also what's so great about Lululemon? Is you can be 89 pounds and be an All-American center fielder and wear Lulu. You can be 204 pounds and be an All-American catcher and wear Lululemon. What I want you to start to focus on even more, you've already done this, is I want you to focus on your DNA. What's in your bone marrow? What is you every single day? Because you live in a world of opportunity. That's the great news. But you know what? Tell me if I'm with you on this. Is there not a lot of pressure on you 24/7? You've got to be swiping thumbs up, swiping thumbs down. You've got to take a picture of every single thing you ever ate. You have to be so super happy when we do our selfies. For me, that feels like a lot of pressure. I would love to put you in a time warp and take you back to UCLA. Back in 19... when UCLA wore the men's track team practice t-shirts for game uniforms. That's how it started. Somebody in this group has been told, you're not big enough, you're not strong enough, and you're not smart enough. Well, let me tell you something about the game of softball. The game of excellence. It doesn't care how big you are. The game of excellence doesn't care what your GPA is. It just simply says it must get better 1% every day. The game of excellence doesn't care how much money is in your pocket. Who you know. The game of excellence simply says this. You must live this mantra inside of you. Because you've got people on the right, they're like, oh, dude, you don't need best self. I'm ready to be 1% better. You live in a generation where you look left and right a lot. I'm gonna ask you to just look inside every day to start your day. And when you look in the mirror, you need to say to yourself, I got you. Look in the mirror and say, I got you. Look at yourself and say, I got you. Because you are the only person that can show up for yourself 24/7. After me, I got you.
I got you.
I got you.
I got you.
And I need you. I got you. Hit your chest. I got you.
I got you.
Oh, don't do that courtesy crap. Don't do that like, I got you. I got you.
I got you.
When you go to that college campus, you want to know what that college is thinking about? I'm going to tell you. I coached at UCLA for 27 years. And when you walk in that room, I'm going to look you in the eye and say, why you? I don't want you to look at them. I don't want you to look at your parents. I want you to be able to say every single day, I know who I am. I know why I'm great. And this is how I'm going to change my softball world. I know who I am. We must know who we are. You have already accomplished so much. You are almost there. How long have you played the game? Shout it out. How many years have you played the game? 8 years. I heard 7 years. 4 years. You're a 4-year veteran. You're a 7-year veteran. You're a 10-year veteran. When she went to college as a 10-year veteran. Do you know what I love about the game? The game was big for them. The game was big. But what made them great is they just got a little bit better every day. They understood that the game will show up for you every day. The game will show up for you every day. All she had to do is say 60 feet, turn left. That's the base path. So you got that big tournament coming up this summer. You got that big high school tryout coming up. 60 feet, turn left. It's the same game. So they graduated from high school, they entered UCLA. No pressure. No player ever left the university without a championship ring. You talk about pressure. But they didn't live the pressure because they simply said, I must prepare every single day to get 1% better. They never said I have to go 4 for 4. When the college coach looks at you and says, why you? I want you to be able to tell them these 3 things. Because you already do it, or you wouldn't be in this program. When someone says, why you? Say, I understand what it takes to prepare. I know how to sacrifice to do the little things every day. I have mastered preparation. After me, I've mastered preparation.
I've mastered preparation.
Put that in your back pocket. Because when you get to college, the first thing I'm going to say is, why you? You've already mastered preparation. The next thing we need, the separators. You think she was hitting bombs all the time and being perfect on defense all the time? You think Jen was perfect all the time? You know what they mastered? Loving the game when it's hard. You have already mastered that. You already have a career in softball. You have mastered failure recovery. Has anybody struck out? Raise your hand. I have struck out more than all of you combined. Striking out doesn't mean you're a bad person. It means you're one swing away from a base hit. You ever thought of it that way? You have mastered loving the game. You love the game? I'm going to ask, why do you think you love the game? You love the game because you know how to get past failure. That's a separator. If we were to go inside of each one of these anchor stores, you know what they would complain about with their employees? They'd say, they're not self-motivated. When they have a hard day, they sit on their butt. We're looking for people that are performers, that are great on their best day, and they're great on their worst day. You have mastered loving it after me. I love it!
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 I love this game! last, I'm just going to ask you, it's kind of a big girl word. I'm going to ask you to honor the game. What does that mean? It means that many young women came before you to provide this opportunity. So I'm going to ask you to appreciate all the people that have helped you get to this point. Honoring the game means I understand what came before me, I appreciate the moment I'm in, and I project success that I put in the work. I honor the game. And if you can always remember, have you ever been on the underdog team? Raise your hand. I want to share with you what it means to be an underdog. My senior year at UCLA, we were so poor, we wore shorts on the bottom because we didn't have uniforms. We get to the national tournament unranked. We get to the national tournament unranked. But we had a bunch of girls like you that simply said, let's do this. Let's play the way that got us here. And everything worked out amazingly. You know why? Because the pitcher just said, I'm just going to shoot for strikes. The hitters just said, I'm going to put the ball in play. The infielder said, I'm just going to go ahead and play catch across the infield. The outfielder said, I'm just going to hit my target. And we kept it simple. You have already mastered that. You know how to keep it simple. Because it's 60 feet and turn left. 60 feet, turn left. The game doesn't know that you live in Spagogi, Illinois, or Sydney, Australia. The game doesn't know if you're a champion from Washington or UCLA. The game doesn't care. The game rewards the women that go out there, that put in the work, that love it when it's hard, and they honor those before them, and they go out there every single day, never, ever looking at the shirts in the other dugout. In closing, I'm going to give you 2 tips. One on offense. When you step into that box and you look down at that plate, I want you to remember just this. That's 17 inches, girls. It's 17 inches. Don't make the game any bigger than it is. All you have to do as a hitter is keep the ball away from the catcher. You ever thought of that? Don't try to outthink the pitcher. Just step in there. Let your strong voice take over. You look at that pitcher and you simply say to yourself, bring it, sister. You have to believe, you must know before it's known. Everybody can clap after the RBI's been hit. Be the one that's on it before they score. Be the one that turns to the teammates and says, we've got this. Be the one that says, I fell in love with this game even on my hard days. After me, in closing, progress takes time. And that's boring. So instead, I'm going to put you to work. I want you to listen right now what happens when you don't trust me. And I don't trust you. You're not real clear. You don't really know what to do. I need 2 claps. See, the problem we have is we've got to remember progress is slow and chunky and uncomfortable and confusing. Progress is really confusing at times. What if I said to you, I trust you? I got you. Every Olympian I ever coached had a lot of fear. Fear is okay. Fear is your weak voice. Don't date your inner weak voice. Would you ever date your inner weak voice? Oh, heck no. It's okay. You just gotta let your strong voice win the conversation. A lot of people think all those champions at UCLA, oh, they're fearless. All due respect, Mike. They're fearless. No, they have a lot of fear just like you. She had a lot of fear, but she managed it. She had a lot of fear, they manage it. Don't look at yourself and say, I'm not good enough because I have fear. You just manage that with your strong voice. So with me, listen to how we make progress. To the parents, let them succeed and let them fail on their own. Do not pick them up. Let them pick themselves up. Let them learn their own confidence. Watch how they get really good, we get really in sync, and we blow this out of the water here at Fashion Island. I need 2 claps.